Hello everyone, it's KD4X here. I just want to talk to you about my week trading. I just want to let you know that emotions have been kind of like all over the place. I will be going through why this happened, why I was feeling this way, what I was thinking at the time, the doubt that I faced. Because as you know, if you do trade anyway, that it can be quite an emotional roller coaster. But that's why they call it a marathon, not a sprint. And just to let you know about my vision really, so over the past couple of months, well since the beginning of the year, I've really been trying to refine my strategy to really figure out where I'm going wrong, where I can improve. And obviously I'm doing that by journaling all my trades. It's going really well. I really believe that I'm at a point now where I can be consistently profitable, and so far it is proven to be that in my results. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that, because maybe you're thinking over the past couple of months, you've been thinking maybe my trading hasn't been so great, or it could have room for improvement. But I'll be honest with you, there's always room to improve. I'm always improving, I'm always learning. Market situations change, like a lot changes. There's been a war, like it's been a crazy year, but there's been a lot to learn from it. And I feel like I'm in a spot now where I'm really understanding or really seeing where the market can go, and then being able to execute upon that, which, you know, for me is brilliant news. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get into those trades I was talking about with you. So yeah, let's get to it. So guys, this is the first trade that I took on Euro USD. This was quite a nice trade. I think I would take this all the time. It was coming out of an hour-long demand. But yeah, it pulled back to this one. Well, pulled back to here where it was shooting up from, which is a really good idea for an entry for me. And then from that point forward, when it broke this candle, I got in. I got out for about 2%, which on a 1.5 risk is about, it's about down there, somewhere like that. But yeah, so it did. I was going to hold for a little bit longer, but when it started coming back down, I wasn't interested in that no more. So I got out of that one. That's the first trade of the week. So yeah, this is my second trade of the week. So this is on GBP USD. As you can see, there was a lot of noise happening in this area actually. So we knew it was going to overshoot up or down. This is what the market does. So although it stopped me out and I lost this trade, I would still take this every time really. So we had this area. It was really an area of support and resistance. Used quite a few times in the past. Bouncing off it, bouncing off it. So I quite like this area. In the future it had an effect as well, but basically it shot down. Honestly, I think I was up like 130 quid, and then it shot up and took me out. So do you know what I mean? I could be mad about that, be upset, but you know, it's just what the market does. And to be honest with you, I think as long as you've got a good win percentage, then you're always going to win it. But yeah, so that was my trade on GBP USD. I'm going to move on to the next one, which was UK 100, I think. So this is my third trade of the week on the FTSE, which is the UK stock market. So let me just show you what happened on this one. I need to get back to the 5 minute. Oh, that's the later trade that I'll tell you guys about. But anyway, I want to talk about this one because this one's one of the real talking points of my week. So this one got me a little bit frustrated, this and the next one, but I'll show you them both. So we came down into this area, which is like a nice area of demand. 15 minute, it made sense as well. I would show you on the higher time frames, but it's very hard for me to keep getting back to where I am, and it'll make the video kind of confusing, so I don't want to keep doing that. But as you can see, look at this for a marginal stop out. If you follow me on Insta, you would have seen I posted about it and said 2 very marginal losses. That tiny little wick there stopped me out and then flew up and hit my take profit. Well, I was going for a 2 to 1 on this one. Anyway, so I would have got 1 to 2, but obviously it didn't work out that way, and unfortunately I lost, I think I lost 1.5% on this one. 1% on this one, because you have to trade differently when you trade the stock. So only because of my account size, it only lets me trade a certain amount each, well, a certain lot size with each position. So I put a few lots on there. I'm going to post the loss up there. I think this was a 1% loss, and then I'm going to go into the next one, which was this one. So I even highlighted this one because I'm part of like a group, so we share trade ideas, whatever. But this one basically it faked me out. So obviously the market's doing what it's got to do. Like, it will always fake you out. You'll always get faked out sometimes, especially on the lower time frames. But yeah, so I had this one up for a 1 to 3, well 1 to 2.5 even, sorry. And it came down. As soon as it broke this candle, I got in. Stop loss here. Another very marginal loss. So this one was what? Well, it says basically 3 pips or 300 points, but 300 points is isn't that much. But yeah, let's go back to that UK 100 one. This one stopped me out. Look, 300 on that one, This one was literally free. Killer, honestly, killed it. I was and after this day, I was feeling a little bit emotional. I can't lie. I was like, why did this have to happen to me? Like, I've been trading so well. It's been going so well. I was up what, like 2% or 2.5% on the account, and then obviously lost this. So 1.5% risk on this one because I opened 3 positions. Because again, with the lot sizes, it doesn't let you open too much on the stock markets for some reason. On Forex, it lets me do it, but it won't let me open more than a 10 lot size. But anyway, stopped me out here. I lost 2.5%. I was back to break even. I was feeling like, what the fuck happened? Like, how did this happen to me? Can't lie, I was a little bit emotional, man. I was like, well, what did I do wrong? I was like, if only I'd have thought about this, going through the motions, like, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do this? But realistically, the market was just doing what it's got to do. You're always going to lose. At the end of the day, I basically trade every day that I can. So I'm always on the 5 minutes. So as long as I've got a good win percentage, I mean, I'm always going to lose some. But obviously the idea is to win more than you lose. But yeah, obviously this one's super frustrating. I don't know if this ever happened to you. But going into the next one, I want to show you something, okay? So these are the trades I want to talk to you about real quick, because if you look in my my diary, or my journal, sorry, it will show you that like I only got a 0.1% win on this one, 0.2% win on this one, and then a 2.5% win. So they're the 3 trades I'm going to talk to you about. So this is the one on GBP AUD. It came down to this area. Quite liked it because this was a previous level demand, and these demand levels do work multiple times sometimes. It was like a 5-minute break. So if you had a buy order here, for example, if you were on the hour and you had a buy order here, you would have got tagged in, or it would have stopped you out. And the areas that are of interest. But yeah, it did go for a 1-to-1, but because of yesterday, because I lost 2.5% the day before, I was looking for a little bit more. So I think I was trying to hold out for maybe a 2-to-1, which would have been up here, which obviously it would have taken if I'd have taken the later setup. But I don't know if there's any way to show you, but I'm going to try and tell you basically on the... So basically we had these candles looking really strong. This candle shot up, looking strong. I think I was up like 225. And then all of a sudden, 1 minute, let me see, actually, let me go onto the 1 minute chart. If it does skew this is 21st of April at about 9. Let me just have a look real quick. 21st of April, it's going to take us ages to get there. But anyway, this would be worth showing, honestly. Just to show you guys what happened. So obviously 5-minute candle that was looking strong, got up to about here, continued to push, then all of a sudden turned around, shot down on me. So within 2 minutes I was back at break even, so I just shut out here. Lucky that I did. Obviously I would have lost 1.5% again, but yeah, that was the first one. So although it's only a 0.1% win, I could have had a 1.5% win instead of the 0.10% win, but yeah, it just didn't work out that way. I actually had the next trade that done the same. Well, the next trade's a little bit different. Let me show you anyway. So yeah, here we are in GU. So it came down into this area. I quite liked it because it filled this gap. So I was hoping that it was going to go up at some point. It did. But as you can see on the 5-minute chart, right, it went up. I was like, oh nice, this could be a good trade. Then it stayed here, stayed here, stayed here, stayed here. There was like news around this time. I think it was GU news and Euro news, which obviously can have big effects on these markets. So I was like, oh well, do you know what, I'm just going to get out here. I think I got out for like 0.2%. And then obviously it did shoot up, and I got a 2.5 there, which obviously would have been crazy good considering the day before anyway. So I got another 0.2% win here, which obviously wasn't ideal, but I'm quite glad that I did close this out, because honestly, look, it did shoot down with power as well, and it could have just done it from here. So either way, I was happy with that. Annoying because I was like, I've taken 2 trades today, both of them have stopped, well, not stopped me out, or I've got an out basically at break even, so I haven't really made any money today. So then I was like, right, 3rd time lucky, right? And then this is the talking point. So remember I told you on the last trade I had a stop loss and it hit it and took me out and then went my way. Okay, so on this one, because of the noise GJ makes, I was just like, oh, okay, so today I'm not going to use a stop loss. I'm just going to, like, I've got a mental stop loss. I know where the stop loss is. I'm watching it on here. If it goes down to here, I'm closing my trade. Do you know what I mean? I'm out of it. I don't want nothing to do with that no more. But I didn't set one. Obviously my take profit was up here. I think I got out for 2.5%, so that's like 1.75 whatever to 1. But yeah, so Obviously I didn't set a stop loss, it went down, it got to like 174, and then boom, pinged in my direction, got a 2 for 1, got a 2.5% win, made back all of the money that I'd lost the previous day. Honestly, this was a great moment, but obviously it's a big talking point because I didn't use a stop loss. Do you think you should use a stop loss? I personally do think that, but there is moments I do think where if you are strong enough mentally, or like have a good mental discipline, that you would be able to not use a stop loss. But obviously the risk with the market, this is always going to happen. Like, do you play with the market? Probably not. You don't want to play with the market, but this is just a talking point because it's only something I've stumbled across in my trading like recently. Do you use a stop loss or not? In this time it's profitable, would have made me profitable the day before. Only on one of them trades, the other one still would have stopped me out, but I still would have made half of that money back that I'd lost the day before. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's it for this one, and then I'm going to move into the last trade of the week. So this is my last trade of the week. This is probably the most interesting one because this is the one that I really did believe. I originally set my TP like down here for 1 to 5. I even set a marker because I was like, there's actually nowhere that it can bounce. Maybe here, but if it breaks this level, then the next level is here for it to react in, which it did. But I would have got a 1 to 5, but obviously I didn't hold that long. So I don't know if I can show you. Will I be able to show you in any way? If I go down to the lower time frame, maybe. Local drawing tools. No, I don't think I can. I have to come back to it, which is the 22nd, it's the 25th today. I mean, it's just a bit long to do that, but anyway, I want to show you. So we had this massive area. So it came up to here. Obviously you could say that's the supply level. I also think it's a great support level. So support here, big candles, yeah, great interactions all the way along. And yeah, then I saw it and I was like, well, all the other charts look like rubbish, absolute rubbish today. Everywhere was just selling off. Everywhere was just selling off like crazy sells, like, and then FTSE was the only thing that was going up. So I got in. Well, after it created this level, because there wasn't too much to go by, although I like this level. I didn't like it so much so that I'd be able to trade from it. But then it came up, came down, and this for me is what I call a high quality setup. So when it comes down and leaves a gap, so this needs to be filled into a certain amount, and then like I'm looking for gaps. So the reason I thought that it would come all the way down to here is because of gaps. Okay, gaps in the market, they're called imbalances, gaps, whatever one you call them, but either way they need to be filled one way or another, because otherwise people lose millions and millions of pounds. In the big world, obviously I don't really think of them too much, but these are the ideas, the concepts that are behind it. So yeah, to be honest with you, it'd probably be hundreds of millions of pounds, to be fair, not even millions of pounds. But anyway, so it came down, came back up, hit this area, and then immediately started rejecting. I was like, beautiful. Got into this, I held it. I was like, this is a beautiful trade. For some reason as well, I normally trade 1.5%. I think it was because the markets are rubbish. I've been trading 1.5%. It even says on my plan, 1.5% risk. Okay, always. This one, 1% risk. I don't know why it says 1.5 there. 1% risk. Okay. But for some reason, I think it's because the markets were rubbish, absolute rubbish. But anyway, I got a 2% trade out of this regardless, so it's still good. But obviously I could have, if I had 1.5, it would have been 3%. And then if it was 1.5, I would have actually got 750 or 7.5%, which would have been crazy. But anyway, so it come down to here. Obviously I was basically saying to people in my group as well, because they were also taking this trade or interested in what was going to happen. But I said that I'm basically going to follow, so at 1 to 1, I put my stops to break even. 2 to 1, I put my stop to 1 to 1. So that's how I was going to follow it. 3 to 1, I put my stop at 2 to 1, which would have been about here. So which would have actually taken me out, I think. Let me just have a look. Let me have a look. Yeah, it would have. Well, actually, it wouldn't have got to 3 to 1 yet, so it wouldn't have. But yeah, anyway, that's the way I was going to follow the trade anyway. I'm getting distracted. But yeah, so this is a trade that really could have basically passed me the challenge and won. But, you know, it is what it is. I quite like this week trading because although I was disheartened, I was down in the docks on Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday, actually, because I think I was losing both of them days. Wait, let me have a look. Yeah, loser, loser, loser. 3 losses in a row. Shit. Not great. You start thinking, it's just not for me. To be fair, I don't really get that emotional anymore, but I was thinking, fuck, what have I done wrong? Start questioning all the actions, so emotions were up in the air. But yeah, the week was really good other than that. I had a really great week. I actually hit a 3% trade today as well, and it's Monday today. So I'm up 5% on my account. I only need to make 3% more before I get to the second stage. So yeah, looking forward to the week cut ahead. I hope this video was helpful to some of you. I know the videos aren't like crazy good at the moment, but it's just because realistically I'm at the beginning of my journey. I've been trading for like a year now. I'm starting to come into an area where I'm really starting to understand it. I'm really getting good at my trading. I feel like I'm consistently profitable. This year I have been consistently profitable since the beginning, which has been really good. But yeah, so once we start getting funded, I've said to myself, because I moved home, so basically I moved home so that I can basically afford to put more money into my own personal account and to be able to basically do the bigger accounts, because I was living alone. Now I'm in like a house share, which is cool. The people I live with are cool. Anyway, it's not too much about my personal life, but if I pass this 10k account and I pass the authentication stage 2, I'm going to go straight in for a 50k account. So hopefully over the next few months I'm going to get to like 50-60k funded, which will obviously be great, because like 1.5% of 50k, 750 quid, and then if that's going into my personal account, that's brilliant. So that's the goals. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.